Hey, what's up everyone, it's Alex Sigrist, and I know this isn't the video that you necessarily wanted to see today, but I thought it was important to talk about basically how to survive the upcoming global pandemic recession. So what is a global pandemic recession? Basically, a recession is simple. It is a long, extended period of time of economic hardships, and it's not just for businesses. It means that people like you and me have less access to money, have less access to jobs. It's just more financially difficult to live during this time. It's global because this current pandemic, the COVID-19 coronavirus, has affected pretty much every economy on Earth. Whether it's cutting off travel, closing businesses, factories, restaurants, every country is going to be affected by this negatively when it comes to their economic growth. So how can we survive this hardship coming up? And better yet, how can we make the most of it? I'd been thinking about some tips for myself on how I can make the most of this time, and I thought I'd share that with you. What are the ways that we can get through this hardship better off? The first thing is very simple: make the most of your time. There are a couple of ways you can do this, and one of the ways that I'll be doing this is doing some online courses. Now, online courses can be free or cost money, but you can pretty much learn anything online. If you're willing to spend a little bit of money, there are premium options like Masterclass or Skillshare. If you're trying to do it for free, you can use YouTube or even blogs online where people give you step-by-step ways to learn anything from a language to computer programming. The recommended quarantine time is 14 days, so you're not going to work. Take that time that you're not going to work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, and invest that in learning a new skill. If you learn any new skill for 100 hours, that is something that can be instantly transferable to your workplace. You might get a promotion, you might be able to go out and get a better job. I know it's easier to sit there and catch up on movies you haven't seen, watch Netflix, Disney Plus, but everyone's gonna be doing that, and this is your opportunity to spend that time wisely and come out better on the other side. And you don't just have to learn online. There are books. You can learn through books or just read novels and expand your mind in that way as well. The next thing is something that I'm definitely gonna be doing, and I hope you consider it too. Why don't we learn how to cook? While everyone else out there is cooking instant food or getting food delivered, this is the perfect time to learn how to cook. And not just cook, but maybe even cook healthier foods. You're stuck at home, away from other people. This is that time where you get to experiment in the kitchen. And if you're cooking anyway, you might as well try something a little more adventurous, maybe a little wild, if you will. Why don't you start a garden? It's springtime, it's the perfect time of year to do that. It's really easy to learn online. When I was growing up, we had a garden in our backyard and we had fresh tomatoes, zucchinis, lettuce. It was so good to have fresh vegetables. And there's a lot of benefits to having a garden too. One, you get to be proud that you made everything from scratch. Two, it's always healthier to eat fresh fruits and vegetables from a garden. And three, it is allowing you to shift to a more sustainable lifestyle. And that can be good because it'll save you money in the future. And also, just in case things get a little low in supplies at the stores, you'll have something in your backyard at all times. The next thing I'm going to be looking into is exercise. And believe it or not, you can actually do a lot of those exercises that you do at the gym at your own house and save money by maybe canceling that gym membership. There are plenty of online videos and tutorials that will teach you how to do body weight exercises, which can be just as effective or even more effective than going to the gym. And if you happen to be in quarantine for the next 2 weeks, try to make it a fun challenge with you and your family or your loved ones and see who can get the most fit in the next couple of weeks. So another thing that I'm going to be looking into is diversifying my income. And in today's digital world, there are lots of ways to do it. You can go online and use Zoom or Skype and teach students, charge them by the hour, and make some money on the side. Because nowadays, students, parents, they're thirsty for education, especially when a lot of them aren't going to school. So that's one way to diversify your income. And you don't just have to go online. There are plenty of ways to make money in the traditional sense. You could mow someone's lawn. What kind of chores can you do? Are you going to babysit someone? There's going to be a lot of different ways that you can make money if you're creative in this upcoming recession. This is the most important thing for me and probably most people out there. It's to stop spending money that you don't need to spend. For me, I waste a lot of money on going out, on alcohol. There's no need to be buying 2 or 3 beers at a restaurant every time you go out. That's just an easy thing that we can cut to save money during a recession. A lot of you out there are in quarantine and the bars are closed in your areas, so you can't go out and drink now, but try and extend that for a year. The math really adds up. If you go out and have about $25 worth of alcohol when you're out for a night on the town, and you have your boyfriend or girlfriend, and that's $50 per night out, you go out twice a week, that's $100 a week, and then 52 weeks a year, you're talking about saving $5,200 a year as a couple. I mean, that's a lot of money to save during a recession. Other things you can cut back on, you don't need every video subscription service. Like we said before, you don't want to be doing Netflix, you want to be learning something anyway, so this is a perfect place to cut back on. Make a list of things that you spend money on every week and try to cut them down. Maybe you buy coffee all the time, try to make coffee at home. Every dollar you save will count. You may have noticed so far that a lot of the advice that we've been going through is actually great advice for non-recession times as well, so maybe consider keeping these things going after the pandemic recession is over. Which brings me to my last point, and something that I'm going to try to do for sure. Take all the money that we've saved and try to invest it at the right time. If you think stock market or cryptocurrency or other investments are a bit scary, you have 14 days or even more now to potentially learn how to invest in these markets. So take your time, be smart about it, don't invest more than you can lose, and maybe consider this as an opportunity for you to invest in your future. Another thing you could consider is starting your own company. Maybe not starting it right away because you don't want to do it in the middle of a recession, but a recession naturally weeds out a lot of your competition. And that's not a great thing, but that means at the end of a recession, there are a lot of openings for businesses, for restaurants, that maybe you could fill one day once you've learned those skills to start your own restaurant. The keys to surviving a global recession are simple. Save money, build your skills, and eventually invest. I know the next few years are going to be tough for a lot of people. Hopefully something in this video makes it a little less tough for you. If you know someone out there who could learn something from the video, please share this with them. I really hope it helps. If you don't mind, give this video a like. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want more videos like this, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Haseyo.